the game experience is built around different rock songs and hip-hop songs and so forth, but it's also got some action elements.
Picture yourself out on a multi-lane highway with a ship hovering over that highway. And on each lane of that highway are gems that hold a sound. They'll hold maybe a kick drum or a guitar riff or a vocal track. And by using it as a shooter and blasting these gems, you unlock those sounds.
There's so many great bands on this game. We got David Bowie, Run DMC, Weezer, Garbage, Blink-182, the Baldwin Brothers, Karashi. They're a rap band from Iceland. They're very cool. We have separated recordings of the bass, the drums, the guitar, and then we have a full team here of musicians that take all the different sounds from the song and chop it up into very minute chunks and stick it all back together again.
That way, when we put it into the game and all the parts are activated, it emulates the final mix. It gives you a chance to interact with each element of that song. You can go in when you're remixing it and create your own drum beat based on all the drum sounds that are available to you in that song. Or you can take a guitar riff and play it back a different way. We hooked up with the Executioners at an early stage of development here, and we played them the game, and they were really into it.
I was really impressed by the game. Being a musician, being a person who uses samplers and turntables, to find out that there was a game out there to cater to my creativity, to cater to my urge to want to blend music together and blend sounds together was really interesting. And I remember when I first started playing it, I got hooked, like in the first couple of minutes of playing it.
In Amplitude, you're going to have to work your way through 5 different arenas that all exist in this cyberspace world.
Our process for designing arenas is pretty much the process that we follow with all the art. It's very much based on Hollywood-style production. We start off with pre-production, we do drawings, we write documents, we try and think the whole world through, we connect one arena to another arena.
There's a couple different modes to Amplitude in single-player mode. It's just you traveling through these worlds on this path, trying to activate all of the individual music parts. So essentially what you're doing is you're building the song up track by track. Each song actually has 4 different difficulty levels, which is going to allow for a lot of replayability.
There's 2 different multiplayer modes in Amplitude. There's just the regular game mode, whereby you try to beat your friends and get a higher score. There's also multiplayer remix, where the point is not so much to win the game, but to just collaborate creatively with somebody making music, so that you can play a bass part, somebody else is playing a drum part. Up to 4 people can collaborate at the same time in laying down a new tune. We have developed a new mode that we're very excited about, which is dual mode, which is kind of a cross between competition and creativity, whereby you get to pound out custom phrases on different instruments, and then the other player has to match your phrase.
Amplitude can be played online. You can experience this game not only with perhaps your standard group of friends or family, but with vast variety of different kinds of people. It allows you to play anytime you want.
Amplitude works great on broadband. Amplitude Online is going to have a ranking system whereby you have a permanent account. Every time you win or lose, it just basically recalculates your position on the ladder. We have this whole system which allows you to customize your persona, so you can have a little guy on screen. Usually during the game, the little guy actually will play the instrument corresponding to the track that you're on. So if you're on a bass track, your persona is playing bass. If you're on a keyboard track, they play keyboard.
I think a lot of people are just really going to enjoy these visually stunning worlds. They're going to enjoy going in there and recreating songs and hearing them in a way that they've never heard them.
Victory is always within your grasp. It's all about nailing these tough patterns, and even if you miss it, you feel in your mind like, oh, I could have nailed that. And so you just hit the restart button and go and do it again.
When you compound that with actually competing with other people, it's completely captivating. It's mesmerizing.
You get this amazing audio feedback while you're playing, because every time you successfully do something, a great musical sample comes out. The more you do, the better it sounds, the more music opens up, and it just really starts to come alive.